Live from somewhere in central USA, it's After the Orville, with your host, David Whitney, with special guests, Noah Body, special screen appearance by Angela Cartwright, and now, After the Orville, Episode 4 review, If the Stars Should Appear.
Hey Orville fans, this is David Whitney with Starfleet Studios, and we are here once again. And I do have a special guest with me today, and that is Marty Cohen. Welcome, Marty, to the show.
Thanks for having me on your show. That's the type of thing that a friend does for another friend, and I appreciate it a lot.
Okay, let's get right to the slideshow. And I'm hitting play down here on my tablet. And I'm going to start yapping away because, again, what a fantastic show. I love all the sets, the special effects, all the costumes. They're really nice, don't you think, Marty?
Those are the things that are going to make this show stay on top of the void forever for at least another season, and I hope to God for another season too, because this show is the type of thing that you want to see again and again and again, and you want to buy the DVD.
Yeah, it sounds like you're really selling the Orville for Mr. MacFarlane.
Mr. MacFarlane, he's so creative and smart, he makes me sick. If I had as much talent as this guy has, I would have made it to the top.
That's, you're mispronouncing his name. It's MacFarlane.
MacFarlane, tomato, whatever.
Okay, let's get back to the slideshow. Now, I love how they're filming this thing. I want to talk about filmography here and the views. Now, I make films. I try to make films. I do. And I'm really digging all the different angles that they're shooting these characters in. The lighting and how everything is nicely contrasted. It's not too dark. It's not too light. I just think they're doing a hell of a good job with the lighting. And it's just so much fun to watch this show. Everybody's skin looks good.
There's that big type of ship. Let's talk about the ship.
Okay, so there's this enormous ship that they come across, and the first thing I thought of, what, Marty, did you have the same thinking? What did you think?
Battlestar Galactica. That's the Galactica on dope, I'm telling you.
Yes, it does. From all that detail, it's definitely Battlestar Galactica on dope. And I was wondering why we never got to see the side shot of the ship. We got to see the docking bay,
nice.
And it was mostly, I mean, is this the front or is this the side? I think it's the front, right?
It looks like the front. I wish we could see the side, but we can't see it, and that's a bad type of thing.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. I wish we could see the whole ship because it's cool, and it's enormous, and I'm sure, probably by episode 4, Seth instructed his team, we want a massive ship, something that's huge. And that probably sparked the whole idea for the episode. However, in this episode, we get some nice nuggets of fun. Namely, we get the Sound of Music clip. I am 16 going on 17.
I starred in a play of The Sound of Music when I was 15. We got audience after audience clapped this a whole brand new show. We kept going for a year and a half. It was supposed to last 5 shows. We went for 20 weeks.
20 weeks is not a year and a half.
Whatever.
Okay, so The Sound of Music is a really great show. And thanks, Seth MacFarlane, for bringing yet another cool thing to to the Orville. I love the gelatinous fella. He's very funny. I love the huge ship. I love Isaac, the alien. I love how they put the eyes, well, we think they're eyes, but those 2 lights in his helmet are too high for eyes, so it gives you an uneasy feeling when you look at his face. I think that was very clever. And I love the detail when they go to the other ship, and again, Alara gets to use her amazing strength to open the door for them. And look at that overpass. The Doctor is afraid of heights. That's very funny. And another great use of pallets. I've noticed they've used plastic pallets throughout almost every episode of this show very creatively. And I'm just thinking, God, for my next fan film, where can I get a whole boatload of black plastic pallets? Because you can do almost anything with those things. You could build bridges and sets, and it would be great. It would be fantastic if I can get some of those plastic pallets. And they all have to be the same size, though, or then you're stuck. Okay, so we end up on the inside this ship. It looks like the surface of a planet. It looks like, again, with the Sound of Music, what does it look like? What does it look like to you, Marty?
It looks like Austria.
Exactly what I was thinking. And I think that's kind of the subliminal message here that we got was Sound of Music, Austria. Now all we need are Nazis and a dictator, right? Yes, and we got the Nazis. We sure did. And they did a nice job of dressing everybody up. I thought that the dictator's costume was particularly well made. I enjoyed seeing it. I didn't enjoy watching Alara get shot with a gun. I was upset. She's my favorite character, and they plug her. Now, but when they come back to Alara, they do something really cool. As the doctor comes up, and he has a tool to work on her right there. And so, typically in the other show that this is a lot like, you don't really get to see some of the things that happen. They just miraculously happen. They wave a little scanner. This show, we got to see the beam extract the bullet from her chest. I thought that was particularly cool. Okay, back to this enormous ship. Now, the other thing I did was I captured the dogfight. I was taking pictures, snapping them away, and then all of a sudden, this dogfight with a Krill warship comes out of nowhere. They responded to a distress call, and so we go back to the Orville ship, and they're in this really cool dogfight. And so thanks, Seth, for giving us action and drama and comedy in the same ship and wrapping it all up in a nice clean package. Let's show the scene of the warship, and hopefully Fox won't pull my video for this part. And action. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm not going to show the dogfight because they'll pull my video. But I love the dogfight. The crew gets to fly around and destroy a Krill ship, and it looks spectacular. And then Lamar, one of the helmsmen, is really excited, says the B word, and they finish that scene. So it was great. You got to watch that.
If I was piloting the Orville, that's exactly how I would have blown up that Krill ship.
You don't say.
That's right.
Okay, moving along back to the slideshow. All right, dictator. They got the girl. She sees the guy beat up, and they're pretty much killing this guy.
That guy's a goner.
Yeah, that looked pretty good too. The way they did that was really well done. All right, okay. So Mr. Dictator pretends he doesn't know anything, and of course he probably does. And so he questions her. He's going to beat the crap out of her. They're looking for Kelly. And okay, here's a scene where they extract the bullet out of her. Well done, by the way. And Isaac discovers that the ship is gone. Holy crap on a cracker. What are we going to do? Okay, so here's some of the scenes from the showdown with the Krill ship. And what I really enjoyed about this scene was they did a lot of detail you don't usually get to see in the fights in starship fights. We got a zoom in on the hull before they launched what looked like to be some sort of torpedo mechanism, torpedo bombs coming out of the ship. And so that was a nice detail of seeing those torpedoes being loaded into the hull like that before they were launched. I appreciated it. What did you think?
I like the part where Isaac's got his fingertips and he gets the panel open with the things coming out of his tips.
The special guest appearance by Liam Neeson, which is nice to see that he's, helping out old Seth with a little cameo. But what I want to talk about right now is the appearance of let's go back to the Sound of Music for a second. Okay, I want to point out the connection that the Orville has in this episode to Lost in Space. It's a subtle connection, and it's a little bit out there, so let me explain. In The Sound of Music, you have 16 going on 17, and of course they put that in there, and Austria and all that. One of the actors that was in The Sound of Music was an actress named Angela Cartwright. Okay, Angela Cartwright also sang in The Sound of Music. However, Angela Cartwright later would go on to star in a TV show, Lost in Space. So there you have it. There's the connection. And Lost in Space is one of my favorite shows of all time when I was a kid. And I realized it was really dumb in a lot of spots. It was a really dumb show when I go back and look at it. Oh man, was it bad. But I just loved it. I think maybe it's because...
You like that Penny girl and Judy Jetson.
It wasn't Judy Jetson. It was just Judy. It was Judy Robinson.
Robinson, Jetson, whatever.
Okay, this is our show after the Orville. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you on episode 5.
Give me a G, a bouncy G.
Woo!